Can you maybe give us a kind of a clearer picture of what it is exactly you do for personal injury law firms? What does Supio do?
Yeah. We start with just a really simple idea, which is asking the question of what if you can answer anything you want about a case? And if you kind of understand what that means, it really is around the information inside documents. And traditionally, in personal injury, probably about 70-80% of all this data is medical. So getting really good at understanding medical records is one of our core competencies.
Bob, can I expand on that?
Sure.
The one thing I want to say, because when you listen to these podcasts, sometimes people are always talking broadly, and you're like, what did they really do?
Yeah.
So if I give you an example, like when we went into our trial in July, we had a child who had over 43,000 pages of medical records. Okay. She had extensive medical history, a ton of treatment. And these records are complicated because in a NICU, because this was a baby, a lot of times they copy and paste everything from the preceding treatment or, physician visit. And it's just copy and paste, and then there'll be like a little snippet of something new. And so if we go the traditional approach, which is how we started, we had a nurse consultant take the first crack at it. But even if you distill 43,000 pages down to 10%, you got a 4,300 page summary, right? And so, this is like, it's the King James translation of this massive amount of data. And then you're going through that. And then you're trying to like whittle down, but it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of hours, and it's really, really expensive. So with Jerry, we took all these medical records and we put them in. And Supio was then able to branch it into different categories and subcategories. So now I can take the data, I can read a timeline, but also I can say, hey, I need all of Dr. Jones' visits. And I can click on a button, and now I'm just seeing Dr. Jones' chronology of that patient. But even more so, I can separate from the doctors, and I can say, you know what, I really want to focus in all the times that they were looking at like cardiology. When were they looking at this child's heart? Or when were they looking at, this child's lungs? And so I could segment into those specific categories. And so now we were getting into these nuanced things, and where it really kind of blossomed for us as we were preparing it in trial is like, okay, I need to know every time that this child was measured and weighed and every physical therapy note. And had we had to do that the old way, somebody would have went to that 4,300 page document and been like, okay, highlight, copy, paste, put it into this. But we could do it in real time, right? And so just being able to be proactive, being able to build against some of the things that they were bringing into the trial, and like taking it each nuance to another nuance was invaluable.